Volskaya.
Come on, you can do it. I didn't even
Volskaya.
get to cast Volskaya last time.
Everyone freak out! It is Volskaya picked by Ace. They want to make something happen. Maybe it's a prepared one against KSV Black. I don't think Black was ever tested on this map.
Are they back? Are they back, G-Clef?
Usually, this one goes super long. Super long. That Nazebo has to be banned out. Sometimes even Chromie has to be banned out. We'll see. This is going to be a funky, wonky draft.
Funky fresh. I mean, if you have some big brain tactics, this is the game to bring them out on. For Ace, I really feel like there's no such thing as too crazy, too far for them to go.
Oh my gosh, they didn't ban Nazebo. What's happening?
No, it's not a first pick Nazebo. Clearly a big mistake being made.
It doesn't go. Ever since the Protector got a major buff,
yeah,
it doesn't go as long compared to part number 1, but still, going back to the normal draft, I guess. Ban of the Genji, Maiev. Finally, Ace will not have their own Genji. Does that mean the other brother?
I was gonna say this is just an instant Hanzo pick. This makes me feel right at home. When I was here for a day in the first half of the phase, it was just basically which Shimada brother do you want to pick or ban first, or maybe you ban both of them, and then everything is crazy. But it looks like we are going to have at least one Shimada representative here. Hanzo Garrosh, the picks coming in for Ace. Not a big surprise. Maybe we'll save some of those surprise heroes for a little bit later on in the draft.
Yeah, sometimes they actually went for the double support, cast our Tracer, and I thought that was also possible, but I don't think we're going to see that likely with the Hanzo pick already coming out from Ace. In terms of Black, they have Malfurion. Well, Sonya's open, Medivh is open. Maybe it's their time to show what they can do with the Medivh. Of course, they will be playing in they will not be playing in that playoff. They're going directly to mid-season brawl. So.
Yeah, it turns out when you're the best, you don't have to play around with the other plebs. You just go being a little bit harsh there.
Hey,
it was hyperbole.
Okay,
G-Clef.
I got it.
It's a linguistic technique.
That's why I got a C on English 101. And I had to take it once more in my junior year.
As somebody who also got a C on English 101.
Here comes Chromie!
Hey, there we go. Finally playing to the battlefield. I love it.
Oh, that Sand Bless. If you get that 60, you finish the quest, of course. More stacks, more damage. As I wonder who will play that Chromie. I'm guessing Reset? Maybe Rich? I don't know in this case.
Maybe they have like points on the team, right? So if you do very well, if you're the MVP or whatever, maybe you get these points. You can cash them in to get to play the fun heroes. I don't think that's how that works. But either way, you're right. This is a battlefield that does require maybe some specific picks. Certainly would not expect Chromie on many other situations, but here it does make a little bit of sense. If you have to have one thing up your sleeve, it had better be an Ace. So we'll see what they have up theirs as we get further into the draft phase. Of course, now the next band to come out, what's it going to be?
Chromie's out. Falstad for the global.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
Makes
KSV
sense,
Black.
but if Chromie was going to be Rich's Reset hero, I don't think Falstad ban was the correct one from Ace. I think it's lack of information that they have also in this case.
Maybe a little bit unprepared.
It's actually very easy to get the stacks off of the Protector. That's another reason why Chromie is picked. Getting those stacks until the late game, the Qs and the combo with the loop later on will be so much damage. So Ace, I'm thinking they need a cleanse possibly coming in.
But from whence will they get that, G-Clef?
Well, any other support? Malfurion is locked from Black.
Oh, okay. That was an easier answer than I expected.
Yeah. Uther. I think Uther very doesn't really pair up well with the Garrosh, so KSV Black, they banned Stukov because Malf and Stukov, I think personally, are the two supports that pairs up the best with the armor from Garrosh. And has been Uther. All two games, game 1 and 2. they can just continue that, but does not really pair up with Garrosh. It does pair up with Hanzo pretty well.
I mean, it doesn't pair up necessarily. It's still a good pick overall if they don't want to mix things up too much. Sonya, not a whole big surprise there, but the Medivh coming through here. I mean, this is a hero we saw good enough to ban out. We got a chance to hear an interview with Blossom saying that they thought it was definitely still, ban worthy, even though it has been hit a little bit with the nerf bat. Still in there, and that's the pick for Ace. Final 2 for KSV.
Of course, Medivh. If you can protect the damage, the burst damage from Chromie. Of course, Chromie will have a long cooldown. Basic attack doesn't really do too much. Of course, with the Talon,
right,
it will do some amount of damage, but except for that, that's basically it. And Medivh and Zarya, a pretty good counter against that Chromie, and again Alarok, and which I think basically secures a reset Chromie Rich on Alarok. The final one.
Today is apparently Alarok Day. I'm a pretty big fan of that. Also one of my favorite co-op commanders in actual StarCraft. But I think you mentioned Gazlo earlier as something.
Gazlo. Murky! We have the dream!
No way!
Murky in Korea!
I mean, we've talked about digging deep into the hero pools, but you got to go pretty deep down there to get to Murky. I was going to make a joke earlier because we were actually snacking on a little bit of Murky earlier. We had some king crab, eating the seafood, and now we've got seafood in our actual game. Murky probably going to get eaten quite a few times, but it's okay. It's Murky.
Oh, after level 20, becomes a secondary tank.
Well, a secondary
Murky
tank?
from...
No way.
I believe they also played once last year, and...
Thankfully, there's an appropriate chat emote for Murky, so I'm glad that he really enables both us to talk about something interesting and our fans watching globally online to be able to participate in that very unique way.
Morales, for a second, every time that skin comes out, I think it's a diva for some reason, but it is Morales for the sustain, and they are looking to fight for a long time with the Medivh.
Yeah. Okay, well, I mean, if there was a game to do it, it would be this one. Ace does not want to go out without a fight, and so they will have a little bit of an interesting one on their hands. Maybe not expecting the Murky pick, but we'll see how well it works for KSV Black. Everything has been going their way, and maybe this game will be no exception, but it certainly is going to be exceptional, that's for sure.
Hey, we have the Murloc. Murky as a solo lane from KSV Black. Has been a long time. Maybe the first time since 2017. Ace, I'm pretty sure they will find themselves surprised. What do we... Or, not what do we do? What are they trying to do in Volskaya?
What's in the egg? This is Digitamamon, I believe, was the egg hero in Digimon. I think Togemon was also another one of them. No, that was a cactus.
How do you even remember those names?
I was a hashtag big fan, man. I was one of the Digi-destined back in my day. I gave up my Digivice a long time ago to pursue the casting life, but I contributed.
Hey, that's a good choice. That was a good choice. Possibly the best.
One of my best career choices. I'm proud to say.
Well, maybe I was thinking fishy deal. The bribe talent from Murky, going for the macro. But instead, it's going to be Fish Shot instead.
I mean, if you had to pick a map to go macro on, Volskaya is right up there on top of the list. So it's would make sense to have that kind of a focus. But let's keep our little eyes down here on Kyocha. I thought the reward on KSV Black was who got to play Chromie, but no, truly Kyocha won out on this draft phase.
I don't actually know the win rate for Murky.
I mean, what's the sample size, right?
2, maybe? I'm not quite sure. But here we go. Against a Sonya. Not really contesting. Actually trying to join into the team fight. Okay, switching with Rich. Alarok, very good solo lane against the Sonya. Makes a lot more sense.
Especially after the talent changes, it's going to make it very easy to stack that ahead of schedule. And I like to see that once again, you know, the tried and true characteristics of KSV are still there. The macro rotations, super on point. They make sure to rotate so that their lanes are a little bit favorable. Maybe something that's a little bit necessary for Murky. You have to find a place for him to fit. Currently, that place is the top lane.
Oh, Rich on
There we
top.
go. That's my Sonya right there.
Yeah, that's your Sonya.
That's exactly what it looks like every time. I'm like, okay, here's where the hero is. That's where I shoot my Ancient Spear. What, he moved? So unfair.
Unfair, okay. Oh, been trapped, but has the portal, has the Force of Will onto himself. Hero will be the one. I believe Richer was the one playing Medivh last time. Oftentimes he's the one playing the mage, but in this case, maybe they want to try something new as Witcher being on Hanzo this time. And it is the Talon build. Sometimes you see the Time Trap build, getting those resets onto the abilities on this map.
Oh, Murky. I thought we were about to see the first of hopefully many deaths. I feel like if you have to harbor deep-seated vengeance towards a hero, I feel like Murky is probably on top of that list.
Oh,
I mean, there are other heroes that are more annoying, but Murky, let's just be real.
It just, even if you kill a Murky, it doesn't feel that rewarding, you know? You just kill one
Maybe
and then...
not technically, but it's about the moral victory here, G-Clef. You know, there are multiple win conditions in Heroes of the Storm, some of which I have yet to find out about, some of which I have yet to achieve, but one that is always there at the forefront of my mind is which hero do I just really hate a lot? And so, for some people, maybe killing the core is their trip to victory. For others, and for me many times, it's just making sure that if there's a Murky, it dies a lot. Maybe that's a little bit less consequential. It doesn't even happen right there. Once again, I am robbed of my win condition, but that's
As a Sonya, yes.
That's high up there.
And Hanzo going for that redemption. At level 1 instead. But they will be losing this big time without Sonya. They can't really engage. Oh, saved by the protection. This time they have Morales for long time sustained healing. But Black will just take the first protector. Man, it is not the old protector anymore.
New
It
and
is
improved.
very, very strong. Each skill shot, you really have to be on top and dodge all those.
Meanwhile, we get to watch the exciting bottom lane. Thanks for hitting us up with that. We're gonna watch Medivh wave clear. Super sick. But now the protector having taken down one wall is onto wall number 2, and I don't think there's a whole lot that Sonya can do about that. Going to have her hands full with a protector up top, and Murky now rotating back down to the bottom half of the map, and whoa, okay, that's how strong the new protector is.
Yes, now the skill damage is actually quite strong. You will be caught if you are close to it. That's what happened to that Hanzo. And it's a Hanzo, so things happen.
Indeed they do, G-Clef. Astute, as always. The push continues here even without the protector. I don't think KSV Black really need all that much protection. Maybe Kyocha does down bottom. He's in a 1-on-2, and I feel like if there was one hero that is incapable of handling that, maybe it's Murky, but of course this wave clear looks pretty good, so I think he'll be okay. And now Cold and Alone down in the bottom lane. As the rest of KSV Black make their rotation right on time.
Let's see how Ace wants to handle this burst damage. Force of Will. Coming in a little bit late, but basically guarantee a kill for KSV Black. They're close to 10, very close to 10. Can they bounce back here as they're just following the rotation? Just trying to clear the wave as Rush is split soaking in the other lane, but they're not really completing their own camps and rotating to the other side.
Kyocha is really getting his mileage out of this game. It's like, I'm top, now I'm bottom, now I'm top again. And I don't think he's actually died yet, so really not utilizing Murky to the full extent.
Oh man, we have the Octograb. There's the wombo combo!
As if on command we did see an immediate death there. And he was actually tanking the turret there for a second, but make sure to drop aggro. So yet again, another kill coming through. I think that's the third of the game for
And
KSV.
it has to be on the Hanzo.
It was on the Hanzo. Another moral victory right there. If you can't kill the Murky, deaths on Hanzo, always something I feel like our audience can get behind.
Oh, Octa grab can be protected, but it will be grabbed regardless. Here we're taking some of the damages. This will be the first fort, actually. So this map is, if you guys have not been playing on this map too much, there's the leap. Trying to focus on Tasake. Does not have ice block yet. With the turret, will get the first kill for themselves. Aces.
I'm very happy to see that, and I think Ace are too. You know, you got to really take what you can get at some point, and currently that's Valfurion. So he's out of there. The push continues.
There's a
up here.
taunt onto Kuromi.
Big taunt.
Timeout. Not enough to save herself.
Nope.
And also a kill onto Dragon Strike.
Ooh.
Pretty.
It is pretty.
Also was buffed in this patch.
But was it buffed enough? Maybe not so much. Currently, Rush. What is happening down here? What was?
Oh, a little late for the party. Rooted right after, and Alaraktas basically has an AOE silenced right after.
That's not the medevac you really wanted to jump into.
Oh man, you gotta lose some members and Murky. Okay.
I love the what is it? Physics right there. Murky, the ragdoll effect, right on a conveyor belt too. That's why you don't wear Crocs when you walk on escalators.
Yes, those conveyor belts. It's pretty hard. Hanzo dies off screen again. There's lots of crazy skirmishes happening on this map. There's dropship? Really? I guess they were really looking for luck.
Well, it's also like, so it's dropship, right? So it's telegraphed ahead of time. There's just some locations that you really don't want to put that.
Oh man, Kyocho AFK. Oh, actually he's moving, so never mind. After 45 seconds, you'll be out of the game, so you have to move.
We really did queue into quick match here. That's why there's a Murky in my game. All right, so the control point currently, it's KSV Blacks, and I don't really see a way in which Ace can take that back. Maybe they will try again if they have the opportunity with that medevac, but I think one thing's for sure, it can't look a whole lot worse than that last one.
Hey, let's see. Amy taking some damage. There's an extra Q stat from Reset, who has been just consistent. And finally, Murky going on Temp Protector. I was thinking that was the initial reason why they picked Murky.
What?
Because Murky's kind of weak. If you're in that Protector, you're safe.
Like I said earlier, G-Clef, there are strong heroes and stronger heroes.
Yes, Protector is a
Protector's a pretty strong hero.
Objective. Pretty strong objective, yes.
Right. We'll call it that. Yet another keep going down. Will anything stop the KSV Black onslaught, G-Clef?
Will be hard. I mean, they can get picks off. And it's even stage time from ETC. Just noticed that pretty late. Sorry about that, guys. But
well, second one we've seen of the day.
But Ace has Leyline. They have Leap. Dragon Strike. Okay. But they have some wombo combos to actually chase down on a target like Chromie. But Chromie also has a timeout, so it'll be a lot harder of a time to actually chase to get a kill onto Chromie even. So they really have to pick a target that doesn't really have the self-protection, which is Murky in this case, yes.
Yes, man, Murky deaths, like, yeah, I don't know. That is a very satisfying part of my life.
But back to life.
Unfortunately.
And ETC has been pushing with that stage dive so far.
Yeah, going to use that. I mean, not exactly what you expect, but we're seeing it more and more as the day draws on. Still certainly a KSV Black game. We've seen a 5-level difference already once today. There's 3 levels there for a second. Now only 2. Does that count as Ace bringing it back? Maybe not quite.
Not yet, at least. They really have to focus on their... It's hard. Do they really want to focus on ETC? It's possible, but he can manage to escape with the stage dive even. And Sonya has a leap. And they don't have too much CC taunts. Of course, can follow up. Here goes. Portal in, take damage, portal out. I guess that's the life story of Garrosh.
Sick strats right here, man. We are really seeing the pinnacle. This is the pinnacle of HGC Korea team performance. You may not like it, but this is it.
Yeah, and also Rich has got that
He
range
did it
healing.
again.
Oh, even time trap there.
Yeah.
Has some protection from case on the KCB, so it'll be okay.
He knows he
Stage
has
dive
morale
comes in,
behind
ETC
it.
diving in, but the team is isolated. They were way too far away. Drops down the turret, and Sonya actually leaps out. And ETC actually dies right off the top from taking too much damage. Silence the burst damage on the
Oh my
Garrosh.
god, that's on
Blown
Garrosh
up.
too. No chance for that extra survivability to come through. Garrosh pops just like anybody else got in that situation. So already the Chromie pick coming up big. Dare I say the Murky pick also super effective, G-Clef?
Chromie's very powerful. Murky.
Maybe not so much.
Extra CC, I would say, with the Octa grab. That's about it.
Okay.
And a person to be on the protector.
Great
Yes.
analysis. I love it.
And split push. Look at that.
What do you know? Can't quite get the 1v1 against Sonya off, but you know, there's a lot of other benefits. The ability to throw fish at longer range than any other hero, except for maybe Garrosh. He could throw fish pretty far.
Oh, look at that. The build also
Oh, the sickest
good
dodge.
baiting into Chromie's range. We're zoomed in for some reason.
Every chance to watch a zoomed-in Kyocha death this game is one that our observer is fully prepared to take.
Timeout. 6 seconds. Well, let's see what happens during that 6 seconds. Actually cancels right before. There's a leap onto reset. Not having the escape. That will be the first kill. There's a taunt onto ETC and Alarok. Not really much damage. Following up their ley line onto ETC only. Soaking up the damage. Stage dive.
That's the next one to fall.
Almost.
Yeah, I mean, with no Chromie there, the burst damage to take out things, or heroes like Garrosh, KCB, a lot safer. Now Chromie on the board, and okay, here's the medevac that we were looking for. This is the one you want to take. Oh wow,
man,
you can't even make it in time.
The E-build from Rich is so strong with the damage. Oh, Hanzo and Lieutenant Morales will be down there, but that's a Murloc, so it doesn't really count as one kill, of course. There's a spray.
Hey, Murlocs are people too.
They're not people, they're Murlocs.
Are you trying to...
Are they people? Did I never?
Another Murlocist out there, I tell you.
Really? I know, I've seen Murloc Island from the Overwatch map, and it was pretty small.
That's true. It was very tiny, but when you are very tiny as well, you don't really need a lot of room. That's the first lesson I learned when I moved to Seoul. It's that I guess I just don't need very much room.
Oh, yes you do. Yes you do, for sure.
Well, especially if you're a Murloc in Heroes of the Storm.
Hey, they got 80% of the control. Can they get any more? That is the real question. They have the camp pushing top. Black will be hitting that 20 level mark very soon. And Sonya still just respawning. Last team fight, they were very successful getting that timeout. Garrosh tossing Chromie in, making sure Chromie doesn't have an escape anymore. And Leap to secure the kill right after, basically. Let's see if that kind of team fight continues anymore. Oh, too much damage onto Hanzo.
Yeah, has to be very, very careful. The point was contested for a second, but KSV Black will take it back and regain control of that objective.
Slowing Sand is so annoying for KCB to walk right through.
So difficult to get down there. Ace do want to contest it, and they will stop KSV Black from stacking it up to their level, but for how long can they keep this up?
The power slide coach is onto a chase, and meanwhile Rich is 1v3ing on top. There's a protection. Dragon Strike for the zoning, not actually doing some damage, but more healing coming out from Sake. And Garrosh is alone, protected, so he will actually survive. There's a Poison Spear, Ice Block trying to delay the target.
Reset trying to take KCB out there, but Garrosh just will not say die. He actually survives through everything, and Ace are, I mean, it's a valiant effort, right? That's something that you could say there. But finally, you know, KSV are going to take them out. Ace forced the medevac out of there, but unfortunately, Gamey can really only
Look at that
save
micro
himself.
from Saki. Is he going to survive? No, he does not, but he bought so much time.
The caster curse kicked in. Nice kill, G-Clef.
That spear landed at the end. Well, ETC.
The ETC versus Sonya fight. Now that's a battle for the ages.
But Protector already onto the way to keep. Well, that was a fiesta for sure.
Certainly was a happy time for KSV.
Leyline actually saved Sake. It was very low right after the ice block, and he was about to go down, then the Leyline stasis saved him, so...
Working as intended. I guess if you're a KSV Black fan, I guess it is. But yeah, keep will fall. And for KSV Black, it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot that they are afraid of right now. Even the Protector holding its own 1-on-5, or 2-on-5, I guess if you want to count it that way.
Oh, those small cute heroes on that Protector, and the other three just roaming around the map right now. ETC trying to split Soak with the stage dive. I believe still available, was not used in the team fight.
Yeah, we're filming Heroes of the Storm
Pacific there's that
Rim
leap,
Edition.
Chromie with the timeout, but no one to protect her.
No! Wow, 6 seconds is a long time.
It's a long stasis.
It really is. Oh, Murky unfortunately down as well. The cute heroes not cute when they're dead. Or maybe extra cute there.
But Kyocha's already back.
The magic of being a Murloc.
I'm actually liking the play from Hero. He's been protecting his teammates very well. Every single time there's the burst damage with the Dragon Breath and Scent Blast from Chromie. Witcher has been safe. Dragon Strike with the body block! But the ice block.
Yeah, ice blocks, body blocks, all kinds of blocks. It's like we're playing with Legos in here. It's Heroes of the Storm, but we're learning about building and things that you shouldn't step on at the same time.
And Tranquility actually popped up, so that's going to be on the cooldown before he dies. Well, this game is going everywhere now. Kyocha trying to split Soak, and entire team of base following this rotation because of the catapult.
Murky's just going to win the game by himself. I mean, honestly, what else is there left to do here?
Oh, poor Murky. Please.
Not like this.
He made it to the core.
Have mercy.
Mean, all the way.
Touchdown. Close enough.
Yes. It was almost a touchdown. But all that rotational work from Ace was basically wasted. They hit 20, so this is a long game indeed. But in the meantime, they could have been doing something else like the camp, maybe clearing some wave clear, especially the bottom lane, because they don't have to keep. Well, I feel like that's going to continue. The adventure of Kyocha's Murky. Going down to that bottom lane once again, taking a safe route.
This will be a children's book that he tells his kids about for years to come. Let me tell you the... have you ever heard the tale of Kyocha the Wise, G-Clef?
Kyocha the Wise. Does he have some white beard also?
Ironic that he was able to play a Murloc, but in the end, unable to survive at the same time. I don't know. I can't continue to
now
much
Murky's
further.
on duty. Who's going to go clear that bottom wave?
He's going to get 7 more points.
Do we actually need to bring that medivac?
They're going to medivac back just to take care of the Murky.
Hanzo.
Oh, Kyocha. That's the wrong way to walk. He's going for it, man. He'll make the touchdown happen. I feel like Kyocha at this point is all about scoring points for the
Kyocha
team.
gets pulled by the grenade. Oh, too many members, but delaying lots of time.
So I'm from Texas, and we like to make jokes about people that attend one of the 2 main colleges there, and one of the jokes is, you know, how many of people that go to that iconic school does it take to, you know, screw in a light bulb? And the answer is, you know, 1 more. How many heroes does it take to deal with Kyocha's Murky?
I don't know. He's keep on going. He's going to the
He's
core
going right
now.
back.
And ETC on pushing top. And this will take a long time to get the Protector. Only 21% right now.
Your core is taking damage.
I know. That's what we're seeing on the minimap. They are trying to get this Protector. It's a late game Protector, so actually it can push very far. But they will lose the game before. I don't know if this is the best
Catapults on the core right now.
decision to actually make right now. They are so far behind in the macro. Murky going for that core. Sonya hearts back. There's a stage dive. Sonya is back home, so it's going to be 4v4 here.
Just going to make it as annoying as possible for Ace to get back. They will call in the medevac, but will it even be there in time?
What's happening with the medevac?
Where is it? Is this... I'm so confused right now.
Dragon Strike comes in. Protector. They will actually get the Protector.
Core Shield is almost done. Murky
just standing there.
Kyocha's guarding the catapult.
Someone's got to go take care of that Murloc.
Kyocha MVP. You can almost see that happening before the game even started.
Hey, down to 67.
Yeah.
65. Next time, I don't know how much. This is a crazy macro Murloc game that we're watching.
Macro Murloc games. Is that the first time you've ever said that sentence, G-Clef?
Yes.
Wow. Today
a
a first time for many things. First time for Blossom to ever beat Tempest.
Again, on duty.
First time for Murky. Yeah, once again on duty. Even though Sonya's right there, I feel like Kyocha just walks up to the core, hits it a couple times, dies, and comes right back.
That's his job, to bring Sonya, bring someone else, because this ETC is taking the other one down. What do you do here as Ace? You try with the Protector, push as far as possible. Gamey's now barely portals up, but Alarok right next. Whoa, that was some nice portal control by Gamey there, escaping both of the burst damage.
Yeah, and look at the Protector going to work. You're right, it was buffed, and I guess Reset's going to feel all about that.
Oh, great ice block, dodging that. Dodging a tiny stun there.
Yeah, avoids the CC, but I think the real victory here is Murky. Oh no, he's mortal! Exclamation point! I can't make the snake sound, but if he was detected, it would sound a little bit like that.
We have a clone Morales for some reason. But
what?
Here comes. No. It's a level 20.
What? I'm so confused right now.
Sonya's on duty to clear that bottom wave. And ETC, I believe, stage dive is on cooldown, so he can't go too far. I think he's trying to Hearth Home. Ace may catch him off guard, but not really going to commit too far, as they were missing ETC from the map.
As if there were other things to focus on right now other than Murky. There we go. All right. Congratulations. Our observer figured it out.
Probe takes that time trap level 20 talent just to make sure she has an extra escape.
Ah, okay.
You can place up to 3 time trap. There's the Hulk. Even the stage dive and trying to focus on to rush will be protected by Hero.
Yeah, how much do you commit to save your
This will be a chase, and they will be looking for. Oh, look at those time traps. Leyline.
Maybe it should have been a lay trapezoid. That would have caught somebody out.
Oh, that was a great save by Kyocha, I would also say. Also, a timeout from Reset was helping. But he basically sacrificed himself from the toss of Garrosh. Nicely done. But tossing onto Sake. Ice block already used.
Rush up in the front lines. I'm not sure that's somewhere that he's had a whole lot of success so far. But, I mean, Ace are pushing back. This is really them trying to make the utmost out of it. Unfortunately, they didn't count on Kyocha, who is busting them one after
there we go, another auto.
KSV!
You see onto Gamey, the perfect target. Will be going down.
One more.
This comes from the side, and Rush is the last one remaining, but they don't even care. Going for that core as he gets time trapped once again in that conveyor belt.
Insult to injury, and here comes Kyocha.
Kyocha, the Murky MVP for game number 3. Split push all the way into the core.
Who would win, the pinnacle of Terran technology or one Murky boy? Clearly the answer is Kyocha, as he doesn't even need the rest of his team here to take that giant mech core on. It's all Kyocha all the time. I wonder if they're going to give him the last hit here on Rush.
Hey, Murky so far, yet in Korea 2018, 100% win rate, and I believe they won their last Murky game also, so in Korea, HGC stats in Korea only, Murky 100% win rate.
100% win rate indeed. Congratulations to KSV Black. They are back at it again with a cool way to finish off the day. And for Ace, you know, a little bit of a disappointing end to their season, but still some handshakes on both sides. Nice sportsmanship, which is something both teams can be happy about.
Of course, in terms of standings, we couldn't really change too much unless there was a crazy upset. Black just enjoying their final day of the round robin here, as we have. This is the final day of the phase number 1. We'll be having the playoffs next weekend, but look at that, Murky 254k siege damage.
Another great day for OS Frog here in HGC. Korea, one of only a few, so you have to really get your mileage out of that emote while Kyocha is helping you out. So
it was a long game, 25 minutes, so that's why the number is quite high, but
only
still.
3 deaths. I mean, I guess you have to multiply that, right? But still, not enough.
It was a Volskaya, so a longer game, and it was quite messy, going all the way around the map, but it's been a while we saw a stage dive from Tusht.
Yeah.
And they were completely just macroing this one out, as they had Murky pushing the bottom, ETC pushing top, and Ace having 5 men commit to kill a Murky. Oh, that was some passionate action, I would say.
Yeah, if there wasn't anything on the line, I just feel like I could watch that highlight clip again and again and again. Never enough heroes committed to killing Murkies over and over.
Well, we still have lots of heroes.
That's right.
Not selected.
You know, we didn't actually dig as deep into that unselected hero pool as I expected.
I was actually because Nazeebo's still not yet selected this year. Maybe a Gaslow, the Lost Vikings. There are lots of heroes still, but here we go.
Maybe we'll see some of those in the playoffs coming up. Not likely, but one can hope.
We can only hope, but KSV Black taking that 3-0. First 2, very dominant. Game 3, it seemed like they wanted to entertain us as well as all the viewers watching.
Are you not entertained? I think most people probably are. It was an entertaining series. We had really the full gamut of emotions here today. We had an upset, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, big upset from Blossom. If you are just joining or only watch the second series, go back and please watch series number 1.
It won't take you a very long time.
It won't take you very long, and Tempest actually this time like it really was stomped by Blossom. Really, I'm not joking.
No, yeah, we're not like memeing. We got that out of the way during the broadcast. It was a
against Feliz. That's a different one, but this time actually we had games and they lost, and still pretty disappointed. And I will also have to go back and watch what happened, why they were lacking. But I think we'll have a better idea at the end. We have the playoff, which actually matters a lot more. They have a week of time, more than a week actually, because playoff, from what I know, we skip Friday, and then it's only on Saturday, Sunday. So we have more than a week to prepare for that match.
Yep, I am a part of the Werewolf. I'll be transforming back into Wolf for those playoffs, and it was great to be a part of HGC once again. Always a fun time. I feel like we had some fun games. I got to watch a Blossom upset, so you know, the true victor here today. It's been great to cast with you, G-Clef. Thanks for the carry.
Hey, are you trying to escape? We still have to wait for the interview.
I'm just waiting for the interview.
You can't escape.
Am I stuck here forever?
I chose taunt. A hunt.
But that only lasts for 1.5 seconds, or 1.25.
Here we go. We have the highlights. And we had the Murky. We had the Alarak. Actually, 2 Alaraks.
We're going to skip the first 2 games and just show Game 3 highlights with Murky dying. I could get behind that.
Cassia. He's not tank, but being on that circle, of course. I believe he ends up dying at the end. But of course, it has to be Genji.
Right. I mean, that was Witcher's one moment, right? He got a couple of resets, and you're like, wow, maybe Ace can... No.
You know what happens in my game? My
happened?
teammate would click onto the boss, and boss would hit me, and I would die. Glad that didn't happen to Ace at that moment. Game 2, Infernal Shrines. We had a Phoenix, but seems like Malfurion's amount of healing is pretty good.
Well, especially when you stack it up on basically everyone there, it's going to make the rework look pretty good. I'm glad we got a chance to see Phoenix highlighted today. It you know, wasn't the key to victory there for Ace, but it still made a showing. We had a lot of unique heroes. One of them there is Murky. You saw taking out Hanzo.
Go Cha, go Cha. Octograph.
He just never stops. I love it. A beautiful Murky performance there by Kyocha. Also saw a great performance by Chromie. And for KSV as a team, they do it again.
And we do have the Murloc, not the Murloc, Kyocha for KSV Black as the MVP for tonight. I was so excited. Sorry about that, guys.
네, 일단 뭐 원래 KSV는 거의 이번 시즌에는 무패로 이겼거든요.
KSV,
그래서
you guys,
내일 이기지만 승리 소감 한번 부탁드릴게요.
of course, almost having a perfect one.
이번 시즌은 안 져가지고 되게 기쁘고 미드난토까지 이기세 이어서 갔으면 좋겠네요.
Super happy to win the final one,
앉아서
and
일단은
super happy to make it into mid-season brawl. I wish this continues
1등으로 마무리.
into the mid-season brawl.
결국 KSV의 최종 승자는 KSV인 거예요. 그렇죠.
네.
And of course, there were some upsets happening in part number 1, but finally, you guys are first place.
한판 질 수 있는 판을 이겨버려서 그 먹히했던 판도 좀 쫄깃하게 하고 싶어서
I think we wanted to have a lot more fun in Game 3.
오랜만에 많이 쫄깃해가지고 솔직히 약간 긴장했어요.
I was actually pretty nervous. It was actually pretty. I was pretty nervous playing that Murky. Maybe I was getting caught too much.
네, 질 뻔했죠.
We almost lost that game too.
픽 같은 경우는
Almost.
어쩌다가 사실 저는 알라라크 2세트에서 15초 만에 알림픽이라고 좀 커뮤니티에서 유명했던 알라라크 퀘스트계는 1렙 퀘스트 그런 좀 체계화시키는 그런 퀘스트도 얘기를 물어보려고 했었는데 그거보다 3세트 먹게 이미 다 압도됐어요. 채팅창도 장난 아니었거든요.
And actually, Rich finishing that extended lightning so early in Game 2
어쩌다가 먹기가 나오게 됐는지 한번
was quite shocking, but you're Murky on
TV랑
just top everything else that happened today.
안 했었거든요.
Murky, I didn't even really practice.
저번 작년에 그 중국에서 했던 이스턴 클래시 갑자기 생각나더라고요.
Last-
모키 제가 아무 생각 없이 눌렀는데
Last year, I picked the
Oh,
Murky back in Eastern Clash last year,
갑자기 땡겨가지고
and I just thought of that
갑자기
random
누르게 된 것
moment.
같아요.
It just randomly came into my mind, and I just picked it.
원래 모키는 그렇게 나오는 거예요. 원래 보통.
And usually, that's how you pick a Murky. No conversation needed.
뭐 각오도 각오지만 저는 오늘 블라썸 대 템페스트에서 블라썸이 이겼잖아요.
네네.
혹시
And Blossom actually created an upset.
아 만약에 플레이오프 한다면요?
And could you give us some
그거는-
predictions to the playoff next weekend?
저는 개인적으로 우리 애나은 지훈이를 크게 응원하기 때문에 지훈이가 정말 잘 됐으면
Personally, I
좋겠고
root for Sign.
블라썸이 요즘에 메디브를 진짜 잘하는 것 같아서
And Blossom, I think they're really good at Medivh comp.
3위로 되지 않을까 생각해봐요.
So I think they actually may finish in the third place.
3등일 것 같다는 거는 템페스트가 2등이라는 소리인가요?
네네 잘 됐으면 좋겠어서 2등.
Does that mean that Tempest would actually finish in second
굉장히
place?
자신이네요.
어 저는 누가 이기고 지고는 솔직히
Guys, that's not even possible. Ballistics is second, so they cannot.
그건
They are
아니고
secured. They have secured their
어차피
spot to go to Europe.
가서 예선에서는 안 만나니까 뭐
Still with the seed, and I don't think we'll be running into each other because we have the first seed going to
사실
MSB.
지금 끝나자마자 선수분들도 그렇고 다 가셨더라고요. 아까 호응해주신 분도 지금 메리데이 전 선수도 있는데.
And we also have Mary Day right now in the
저
audience.
친구는 좀 이따가
Formal KSB Black support. MVP Black.
숙소 오는 거라서 별로 할 말 없고요.
He's coming to our team house to have some party after.
파트 2 무패로 이기래서 정말 기쁘고 미드나이트 때도 네 무패로
Really glad, really happy about our perfect part number 2, and we will try to do our best when we go to Europe in the mid-season brawl. Kyoto's pretty happy about the result.
Well, for one last time, G-Clef, we get a chance to take a look at our HGC Korea standings for this phase. It's Felice and Ace that unfortunately finished down there towards the bottom. You know, Ace, it wasn't a total loss this season. They did have that one win earlier, but in the end, they do finish in last place. For KSV Black, even though it looks like they're tied with Ballistics, they did secure that first place seed like you were talking about. So it's a pretty good season for our top 3, but for Tempest, maybe some worries after having struggled in their last 2 games. One, they don't show up. The other, they really don't show up. So really a struggle for them. They might be in 3rd place in the standings, but coming into the playoffs, a lot to worry about.
Yep, a lot to say about the playoff. We'll be first starting off with Miracle versus Gluck, and then just going up one at a time. I still think Ballistics is very... Oh, we actually have a screen here.
Ooh.
And that will be...
Hashtag production value.
Oh, yes. Here we go. Ballistics already secured their spot, so that's why we have the line in the middle. And we'll have Glug Miracle versus, and then the winner versus Blossom. That's going to be on Saturday. And continuing with match number 3, with the winner of match number 2 versus Tempest. And if you win that match, you basically go to to the mid-season brawl.
Right.
You still have to face against Ballistics to decide the seeding going into the qualification games on when you go to Europe. So that's going to be the next weekend's matchup still. And we do have on the left side, we do have KSV Black, of course, first place.
Yeah, KSV Black very well-deserving of that first place, so no real surprises there. I am actually going to look forward to watching the beginning of this to see Gluck and Miracle and see what they have left in store. You know, one team does have to win there, so the question for me is how far do they go? Honestly, if you had looked at every other phase of HGC Korea before that, then you can pretty much predict how that's going to go, but maybe things have really changed up here. We might see the top 3 become the top 4 if Blossom can battle their way into those standings.
Yeah, that has been the big picture for us as we cast this Korean teams, have Blossom really rising up to contest the top 3. It's actually top 4 now, especially after watching tonight's series number 1. And usually when we go to playoff, we have pretty bold prediction. Oh, this team's going to win. This team is going to win. And there's maybe less than a 5% chance that the lower bracket will actually defeat the one waiting. And I don't think it's the same at this time. A lot more heroes added. We're living in a different meta with lots of heroes actually open, very strong. So Blossom was able to top that. Let's see if they're able to continue that when the Medivh is banned. I don't think we'll have the same story if that happens all the time.
You know, that did seem to be the answer. And if Blossom really do want to sort of make a name for themselves, they continue to have these upsets happen, they're going to have to play against other teams that, you know, maybe are going to be superior to Tempest. So if they do make it through that far and start to face off against teams like KSV Black or Ballistics, also teams that they haven't, you know, been able to take out yet. Well, they started with Tempest. Can they do it against other teams? Will they even get the opportunity to? We'll find out this weekend.
Yes, and that's going to be it for us, EU and NA. Still having the last few matches left, and you get to see that on this channel. But for us and Rapid, thanks for joining us tonight.
My pleasure.
And next weekend, we have the playoff from KR, starting from 5th place, 6th place. We'll see you guys next week on Saturday, not Friday.